Hello and welcome to our newest listing, the TED Brewer 44, or rather Brewer 44 in short. The Brewer 44 was often made as a ketch, but this one is a rare cutter version. Much easier and much more manageable, as you'll probably notice, because you have the whole aft section of the boat unencumbered by a mizzen-mast and a mizzen boom, which makes moving around the aft section of the boat a little bit trickier. It's a beautiful boat that is built immensely strong and that also has the advantage of having a shoal keel with a centreboard. That means that you can easily access very shallow area, especially wonderful if you're cruising around atolls and Pacific Islands. And you can also have, with a centreboard, a draft that will allow you to point upwind with very good performance. This boat is presented in beautiful condition. We are about to step on board and meet with her owners, Kathy and Scott. Scott is a 100-ton captain with 0 CG, has a lot of experience. They've lived on the boat for more than 6 years and treated this boat like a veritable member of the family. They have spoiled her and continually upgraded her. Her rigging is about 3 years old, her sails are about 3 years old. Her mast was completely removed 4 years ago, completely serviced and with all new fittings and all new wiring inside. Her electronics are all B&G and very recent. They are also redundant throughout the boat. They have a beautiful asymmetrical spinnaker as well. But let's step on board. There is too much to see in just an introduction, and I will be able to pass you over to her owners, who will just go into all this in a lot more details. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Sibella, our home for the last 6 years. We bought her 6 years ago with the intention of sailing around the world. She's been an awesome vessel.
Yeah, we've just really enjoyed every single anchorage, every island. This boat has been safe, comfortable.
Yeah, we more or less selected this boat for a number of reasons. One being this center cockpit that we're in is just so spacious, and we've had lots of friends over here. We bought it because she's a heavy displacement boat and one we can trust that carries across oceans. And we bought her for the back deck. We wanted a center cockpit so you had the ability to have a whole back area for scuba diving and fishing, and we just wanted to utilize the back end of the boat.
And she's so spacious. It's easy to get around the cockpit, down the companionway, in and around the galley, the salon, up and then back into the cabin in the back, you know, either head. It was really a comfortable boat, both at sea and at anchor. She
has an incredible amount of storage. We chuckle right now because we think we have 2 years worth of food on board. We're not sure where everything is. The same thing with all the spare parts, and we know we have things stashed places, but there's so much storage. I've got a lot of tools on board that are going to go with the boat. We've got scuba equipment and a compressor that's going to go with the boat. We've got a SUP that's going to go with the boat. We're moving on. We're getting to the point where we want a performance catamaran. We're sorry to see Sibella go. We put a lot of effort in building this boat in the last 6 years, but we know it's going to go to another good home.
Yeah, what's interesting also is you say a lot of friends come over. They always love coming to Sibella because we have all the ice you need. We've got a huge freezer, and it's really easy to set up for a party in here, on and around the decks, off swimming. It's just so comfortable. It's
kind of a running joke that we will not buy a catamaran that doesn't have a cockpit at least as comfortable as the one on Sibella. It's very comfortable. Very comfortable.
Sibella has proven to be such a capable boat of fast and safe offshore passages. I have never doubted her abilities once. We have experienced a wide range of conditions, each showing off her durability and comfort. Scott and I have cared for her like a baby, taking extra care and maintaining her ourselves. She is equipped to be an offshore boat to sail us around the world. Redundancies exist in most systems, as well as an impressive replacement parts inventory.
You got anything else?
Yeah, well, I want to say our master cabin bed is awesome. It is wider than a California King on the head, and it's just so comfortable, so thick.
Yeah. Anyways, I think you come sail Sibella across an ocean, and you're going to find this is a heavy displacement boat meant to cover miles. In front of Sibella, first we'll show you the two 435 watt high efficiency panels, and what we do is we actually keep the boom out of the way. You see right here, that allows us to get more sun on the panels while we're at anchor. This stack pack is about, I'm going to say 4 years old. Kathy built it before we got the new main. The main we got is 4 years old. We actually got the new main when I pulled and rebuilt the mast. So the mast has been totally rewired and refurbished and then put back in the boat. Coming towards the bow of the boat, we've got a whisker pull for when we want to go downwind. We have, going forward, we have the staysail, which is 3 years old, as well as the Genoa is 3 years old, again built by Slow Sail and Canvas. The Genoa is a 130% Genoa. This Furlex roller furler was new in Tahiti last year, and this is a hood roller furling unit that was on the boat when we have it, but it's in serviceable shape. Looking at the ground equipment, the ground tackle, this chain we replaced last year in Tahiti. It's 330 feet of 10 gauge DIN chain. The windlass is a Maxwell 2500 windlass, and it is almost twice the size as what we really need. It's only 5 years old and does a fantastic job. So the concept behind this is not only does it have a gypsy to bring in the chain, but if we ever use the secondary road, which is here, it's got 50 feet of chain and another 250 of road behind it. When you go pull up that particular line, you could use the capstan on top of this windlass. It's a Rescue U 4-man life raft. It is 3 years old and it's due for servicing here real soon, because it's only good for 3 years before you service it. The life raft can be serviced in New Zealand or in Australia. Coming forward, the Selden rod kicker was new just about 2 years ago. Kathy made a nice bag here to take all the lines from the winches. And coming forward, you'll see that we've got all new rigging. This rigging was replaced 3 years ago when we put the mast back on the boat. The sails on Seabella were built by Slow Sail and Canvas, and when we had them built, Carl came out to the boat and measured absolutely everything on the boat, top to bottom, every wire, every angle, and currently has everything on file at Slow Sail and Canvas. He can easily replace any of these sails, repair, or any piece of the rigging on the boat due to the measurements on file at Slow Sail and Canvas. Carl from Slow Sail and Canvas came out and measured every dynamic. He measured every single location where we got blocks. He measured all the rigging. He measured for all the sails, and he's got all this information on file in case we ever need to replace any of this equipment or replace the sails. We have all that digitally saved at Slow Sail and Canvas. We've got a red sup that's 11.5 feet that's going to go with the boat. We also have some jerry jugs on the side. The jerry jugs have an extra 5 gallons of diesel. I carry 15 gallons of regular gasoline for the dinghy, for the four-stroke dinghy. And we've got also 5 gallons of water that we keep on board only, also for emergencies.
Hey, Kathy here on Seabella, and I want to show you a little bit about our cockpit. Center cockpits are amazing for entertainment, but today I want to talk to you a little bit about how easy she is to sail and some of the special features about this Brewer. So back here is the companionway to the aft. We have the aft head down there, really easy, just open that up, climb down, and it's a wonderful, quick way to access the back. We can slide it closed and put in the hatch there if it's raining or too much side rain, right? Up here we have the amazing power winches. We love these, one on the port side as well. We mainly use them for the Genoa, so we have a slow speed and a high speed. You just look out there, and there you have it. So we use that for raising the captain up the mast, whenever we need to do that. Maybe we need to raise the dinghy. It's powerful, it's strong, and then we don't have to do it ourselves. So moving forward, this is our winch for the staysail. We have a wonderful staysail for when it's really extra windy. We don't want to put up the big sails. Just use that right there with our with our handle. Easy peasy. Moving forward, another winch for the preventer line. Just wrap that around, pull it up. Boom is out for when we go downwind sailing and prevent it from doing an accidental jibe. We also use it for the boom fang to tighten that up right at the mast. So the canvas, this is an amazing Dodger and Bimini set. One thing I really like is the light gray Sombrella Cadet Gray, which is a very light color so that it doesn't create a lot of heat on those hot days. So these two panels are new since we were in Puerto Vallarta a year and a half ago. And all the zippers are plastic. That's the best way. Easy to take off and on. I'll do it later. These new panels were also added. They're really, really great. When the rain comes or any sideways wind that's too much coming through here, you just lower them down. Super fast and easy. They snap on the outside so the rain goes right down. Hook right here, all the way up, and you're really well protected from the wind and any sideways rain that comes in. And then we have, oh, okay, so the front enclosure here is completely enclosed. What happened is a few weeks ago in Passage, the lazy sheets whacked and cut that. So we're going to repair that in Fiji next month when we go. And right here, I wanted to let you know, this is such a comfortable cockpit. We have this wood table that easily just slides in. Having a little dinner out here. We love this space. We're out here 90% of the time. We rarely have dinner downstairs because it's just so lovely. We like the outdoors. We like to watch the sea life. And our friends come and go. So this is a good space.
And do we have cockpit cushions here?
Yes, we got them all put away because it's been so rainy. You see the rain on the windshield. So all the cushions, 5, are a year and a half old, and they're 4-inch foam, which is the open cell foam and Sombrella covers. So I have them right below, and you'll see them in the pictures next.
The cockpit on Seabella was one of the reasons we actually purchased this boat. Huge and comfortable and well seated for many people. We've had hours of friends on board, just absolutely enjoying the space we've got here. Just fantastic room. When we were in Mexico, we added the arch and the solid rails that come up to midships. The arch, which is 2-inch stainless steel and includes davits up at the top that are telescoping that allow you to move them in and out according to what your needs may be for the dinghy. The rails are 1-inch stainless steel and come up ahead of the cockpit, which makes you feel very secure in the cockpit while underway. The seats also add a tremendous amount of use in the back of the boat. As you can see here, as we walk around the back, the arch provides a ton of utility for, that's our spare outboard motor. We have solar panels on top, as well as the ability to hang the dinghy very high and out of any sort of sea state that may have potential to come anywhere near it. Here you get a good idea what the swim step looks like in back of Seabella, as well as the ladder in the back, which is incredibly useful, as well as the 10.5-foot rib and the 20 horsepower 4-stroke Daihatsu motor that was new only 3 years ago. The Brewer 44 has a comfort ratio of 37. If you want to look into what that comfort ratio actually means, it's essentially an estimation of how comfortable at sea this boat's going to be. This boat is 15 tons, close to 3,000 pounds, and she cuts through the water very comfortably, which means fewer people get seasick on board. She's just so easy to be on at sea. She's got a center cockpit, which we can fit a ton of people in for happy hour, which is another thing we wanted in a boat that we were going to live on. And she's got a big aft cabin, which we wanted also, which gave us the ability to have a king-size bed almost, at least at the front of it, so that we were comfortable on the boat. We're going to take you through a tour and show you each individual piece, but she's been a fantastic boat. We've owned her 6 years. We've put a lot of sweat and time into her, and she's really turnkey at this point. A lot of new equipment, a lot of things to make us comfortable, and just a boat we know you'd enjoy as well. Welcome to Seabella's Salon. You'll see here that we've got a spacious dinette. The table actually retracts down to be level so that this can be an additional bed.
It's about a queen size bed, sleeping of 6.5 feet in length, both the side and the other bench seat. This salon area comfortably sets 6 to 8 people for drinks or dinner or games or watching a movie. And once again, there's a lot of good walkway through here. The ceiling to floor is about 6.5 feet right down the center. It's hard to show in this picture. The cupboards here are 20 inches deep with lots of storage. I do want to mention the beautiful wool rug from San Luis Obispo, California. That is our runner down below. And the nav desk here has a nice swing out seat. We spent a lot of time on the ham radio and VHF for the nets and that sort of thing. It's very comfortable, and it looks both ways, but down into the walkway towards the back cabin, the garage area, and the engine room. We have 4 ceiling hatches and 2 companionways in Cibela, and every single hatch and porthole actually has screens like this, plus a little shade for when it gets too sunny and too hot. And they're all done with snaps and nicely sewn with Sunbrella for keeping things bug-free and heat-free.
Underneath each one of these compartments in these areas, I've got a tremendous amount of ocean or parts for the Perkins and the unmanned generator in this corner. The compartment underneath this chair over here has a sailright sewing machine, which is going to be staying on the boat. We've got plumbing supplies and all kinds of spare pumps. Over here I've got spare lines as well as spare rigging. On this side we've got an Airite 1600 BTU air conditioner that actually air conditions this area as well as the V-Bird. It sits underneath this compartment here. On each side we have cupboards in this area with speakers on this side and speakers on this side that is tied into this Fusion 770 radio, which is the latest and greatest. And we have controls to actually control the sound between the salon and the cockpit, and all that's controlled with an app of your phone, or controlled on the radio, or actually controlled by the Zeus chart plotter up in the cockpit. Up here forward, we've got a storage area where we actually keep much of our scuba equipment in this area. Very big hanging locker. We also hang all our life vests and whatnot that we use up above underway. And here we've got the bathroom, which you'll see pictures of later. It's got a manual head. I've always believed you can have one manual head and one electric head. The electric head is in the back. The keel step mast, which goes all the way down to the keel. Coming forward, we've got a spacious V-berth, and we've got another cushion that actually sits between here. But this is a great place for your guests. We've got a door that closes. We've got a separate head for them. We've got definitely actually 4 big lockers up here on the side, which we've just recently, again, stripped everything out, cleaned, and we actually paint everything with an antimicrobial paint. Just because there's so much moisture in the tropics, we're doing everything we can to prevent any potential problems. We've got a spinnaker and other supplies that are stored down below here. You'll notice that we've got many hood hatches on the boat. We've got about 4 of them, and each one of these hood hatches I took off a couple of years ago and resealed the hatch, as well as put new gaskets on so that all the hood covers are in great shape. Up here we've got our anchor locker, and we'll talk more about the anchoring systems up forward, but you'll see here we've got the chain on the port side right now, and that's 330 feet of brand new chain, and chain and extra rode on the starboard side as well.
This is our forward head with sink and faucet for hot cold showers and a sump pump for the drain. We have a Jabsco pump head with a 25-gallon holding tank. It has a macerator for open ocean pump out. We also have deck level fittings for a pump out.
All right, as we walk back towards the back end of the boat, you're going to notice here we've got a workbench. A lot of tools here. We've got a full set of Makita tools, drills, hand tools, everything you'd need to work on a boat. All my tools are down here. Our batteries are here in this compartment. This is 840 amps of lithium. Okay, and if we move back, we're going to take a look at the back master cabin and just take note of all the woodwork, all the mahogany here. if we come back, we can actually see that the mattress here is about 7 inches. And we had these mattresses built in San Diego from a professional bed company because we didn't want to sleep on pads that a lot of these boats come with. The bed is 104 inches across. 104 inches. It's great big, and it's very deep. I'm 6'1", and I have no problem with my feet down here. No problem with the space. You'll see we've got fans, all the woodwork. We've got lots of storage space on the sides here. I even have a B&G unit here so I can see what's going on when we're underway and I'm in bed. And come around here on the side, you'll see again more storage, more storage, more storage, more storage, and lots of space.
The aft head is Jabsco also, and overboard only. This bathroom has a special feature of half bathtub for a sit-down hot-cold shower or bath. There is an additional hot-cold shower on the back deck as well. If you walk down the companionway to the port side, we have our galley for easy cooking at sea, or on the hook we have a gimbaled Force 10 3-burner stove and a 2-rack oven. Another excellent feature of Seabella is all the massive storage space, both inside the galley with this deep pantry and below the oven with a very deep pots and pans storage area. Our watermaker is a fast and efficient Seawater Pro, making 40 gallons per hour. We installed it while cruising in Mexico in 2022. She also runs easily off the inverter. My favorite aspect of this galley is her refrigeration and freezer capacity and excellent temperature control. We have a Cool Blue 12-volt compressor, which was new in 2021. My huge insulated refrigerator box has top and bottom access. The freezer is cold enough for ice cream and ice. It is also a Cool Blue 12-volt compressor.
The electrical charging system included is the 8 kW Onan generator, 1,300 watts of high-efficiency solar with Victron MPPTs, and a 180 amp Balmar alternator on the engine. It's all controlled through chargers and a 3,000 watt Victron inverter that was also less than 2 years old. Seabella is very much energy independent. The solar power provides 80% of all the electrical needs on the boat. The navigation system includes the latest from B&G equipment. Multiple B&G Triton 2 displays, the Zeus 3 chart plotter, the NAC 3 autopilot, as well as the B&G wind and depth sensors. Seabella has a large workroom and engine room, giving you great access to the engine, easy to work on, and much of the tools that are on the boat are going to be remaining on the boat. You'll see here the bottom of the boat that was painted while I was in Mexico. We will be putting a new bottom on the boat in Fiji before the boat is sold. You can see also the centreboard that drops down that makes the boat go to weather very well. And we have not experienced any blistering on the hulls at all. Okay, welcome to Seabella's engine room. This is a Perkins 4.236 that has absolutely been a fantastic motor. I've done some work to it, just normal maintenance stuff. It's had about 4,200 hours on it. It should last another 5,000 hours if you take care of it. I do oil changes every 100 to 125 hours, so it's always had fresh motor oil in it. You'll notice the high output alternator on it. That's a Balmar 170 amp alternator, and I've also changed the configuration of the motor in the front just so we can put a bigger belt on it because it requires that kind of power to drive it. A couple years ago, we rebuilt the high pressure pump and did all the injectors before we actually jumped to French Polynesia. We've got lots of spare pumps on board, or lots of spare parts. This motor does have a brand new oil cooler that was just installed on it about 25 hours ago. I've got fresh water pumps on board in my spares, raw water and fresh water, as well as spare impellers and belts and all that other good stuff. I've also got a brand new heat exchanger that I haven't needed, that I just wanted on board just in case. So I'm prepared for almost anything here, and what's nice is this big engine room makes it easy to work in. This is not a complicated motor. What we've got up here is we've got two Raycor fuel filters that when one starts to plug, you can actually just move it right over to the other one, and the vacuum gauges on top of the Raycors, which give you a really good indication if you're having a problem up there. Over here on the right, we've got the O&M generator, and quite honestly, I've probably only put less than 50 hours on this motor since I've owned this boat. The 1300 watts of solar has just almost eliminated the need for that generator, although it runs, and it runs well, so I haven't had a problem there. And up and to the left, you'll see in the back corner there is the new watermaker. The watermaker is a Seawater Pro that makes 40 gallons an hour. Okay, and you can hear them running, but I can't show them to you. I'll have more pictures of them later. Those are the two new refrigeration compressors. They're two cool blue systems, one for the freezer and one for the refrigerator. And they absolutely keep that system very cold. Up and to the right, you have the bilge pump on the right and the house water pump on the left. So when we bought Seabella, the concept was to go out and find a boat that we felt was a blue water boat. In the 3 years in California before we left, we did what I would consider to be a very thorough refit of the boat. The mast came out of the boat, we rebuilt the mast, all the wiring was done, everything has got LED lights throughout the whole boat. All the halyards and the running rigging was replaced. The sails were all new just 3 and 4 years ago. The boat was hauled in Port Penasco. We had the arch built on the back. We had a new windlass put on the boat because we never wanted to have a problem with the windlass. The refrigeration systems were replaced. Both the freezer and the refrigeration are separate and individual. The boat has almost completely been rewired with Victron electronics. We've got the Victron inverter, we've got the Victron solar chargers, we have 1300 watts of solar. It just goes on and on and on. This boat was built to be away from the dock. It wasn't built to sit at the dock. We very rarely ever have to plug anything in, and we very rarely need to use the generator. The large alternator on the engine and the solar provide over 85–90% of the power we need, and every once in a blue moon we'll use the generator. One, I need to run it every once in a while, and sometimes we use it to make water. So
yeah, and you know, all these things that we put together 6 years ago, we knew we were going to be cruising full-time and long-term on this boat, and so we spent a lot of time researching the best products, that sort of thing. I went out and bought all this burgundy sunbrella, the top best sunbrella for everything that's outside, from fender covers to stackback covers to barbecue cover, outboard covers. Anything that could be covered, I wanted to cover it because of the tropics.
She did a lot with her Sailrite sewing machine, which is also going with the boat, and it's stored down below.
But we got to say goodbye to it.
We'll probably end up buying another Sailrite when we buy our next boat, and we really don't know where that's going to be in the world. More than likely won't be in this part of the world. One of the things we did leave San Diego with was the original watermaker. That made 7 gallons an hour. Well, we were 1 year into our cruising and decided that wasn't enough, and we bought a Seawater Pro, 40 gallons an hour. So very rarely do we really have to make water, because it makes water very quickly. The rear head, which is a electric head, uses fresh water or salt water, and if you've been around boats long enough, you'll know why we like to use salt water in the head. Anyway, I think if you came and looked at the boat, you'd be quite impressed with how much work was done. Every window, every hatch, everything's been looked at, and everything has been maintained. This truly is a turnkey boat, and if for some reason we don't sell the boat, we'd have no problem finishing the circumnavigation in this boat, because the boat is very capable.
Oh yeah. We love it here. This is our home. It's every bit of it. We love it.
Well, it's today the 24th of June 2024, and currently Sibala is on her way from Tonga to Fiji, where they will stay put until the boat is sold, or perhaps if the stars on the line, they will just keep on going. But we're pretty certain that this boat will find a new family very easily and very quickly. She's truly wonderful. Her asking price is 140,000 US dollars, so really reasonable, and an amazing opportunity for a family to just move aboard and go cruising more or less immediately if they wish to, or stay in Fiji, which offers a 5-year cruising permit, so plenty of time to enjoy all the best things that a cruising lifestyle has to offer without having to do long passages. We are here to help you with your planning and your purchase and everything that goes beyond. So please get in touch if you would like more information. WhatsApp number is soon to follow, and you can visit us on our website at nautilusyachtmanagement.com, and also email us at info@nautilusyachtmanagement.com. Thanks for watching.